What? Since I shared the note with you?
What's up, y'all? It's Marriage Tune Up. I'm taking over. What's up, y'all? My name is Cameron Cooper with Keenan Cooper and a couple of our friends. We're here right now taking over for Marriage Tune Up. And yeah, called it the dating edition. And here we go now with a couple of our questions for you guys.
So we taking over the marriage tune-up this week. This week we're gonna be going off of the dating edition. First we're gonna clear out some introductions in the way. So my brother just introduced himself. It's Cam Cooper right here. I'm Keenan Cooper. We're gonna start right here and we're gonna go around.
Naomi. I'm Kaya.
I'm Gabe.
And I'm Taya.
All right.
I'm Cam.
Cam right here. It's good. So this week we're really just going to be diving deep into some questions that have to do with dating, because that is the first step in trying to get to marriage. So we want to make sure that that's also a topic that we could talk about and we could take it seriously, and how we can try and help some other people understand that they could also be putting in some work in the dating aspect that's going to launch them into a good and healthy marriage. So today we're going to start with our first question, and that one is going to be, are you single and satisfied, single and seeking,
or are you single and sinning?
So you want to take a little dive and just give them a little depth on what that means?
I think definitely. As far as being single and satisfied, it's from the standpoint of you're single and you're good being by yourself, I would say. You don't have to go out and look for anything right now. You're cool with being alone. You could be 50 years old and be alone. You could also be 21 and be alone, but you being okay with that within yourself and God.
Absolutely.
I think that's also a great thing as well.
God's timing is perfect timing. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna send somebody when you're ready. Definitely. Absolutely. And so continuing on to single and seeking, Kai, you were also in the course. You want to give a little background on what single and seeking is?
Yeah, so single and seeking means you're like kind of actively out there dating. Like you want to find somebody, you're ready for that next chapter of love. So I'm going to find somebody for me. That's kind of the single and seeking.
Okay, for sure. I like that. Absolutely. And then Gabe, I know that y'all were having conversations about it. Could you maybe dive into what single and sinning may be?
I feel like, we definitely sin every day. So, it's just, being single, when I'm dating, you're looking for other people. And, you probably, having, relations with them for sure.
So we should all be waiting on, right.
So guys, with us explaining what those are, what do you guys, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I will go ahead and start. I am single and satisfied. I'm working on a beautiful relationship with the beautiful Naomi right here, and we rocking. We trying to do it the right way, and it's work.
I like that.
That's good. That's good.
What about you, Nate? How you feel about it? Talk to me.
I'm gonna agree with Keenan. Single and satisfied.
I hope so.
Single and satisfied. Yeah, I say we relationship goals right now. Making it work. Making it work 3 years, right? So a lot of people our age right now are not trying to do that so young. So I think I would say satisfied for sure.
Absolutely. Okay. Go ahead and rotate around.
Okay. I'll go in definitely. All right. So for me, I would say I'm definitely single and satisfied, but also single and seeking too at the same time. You know what I mean? If that's okay with you, I would say that because I think single and satisfied, I'm okay with, being just me right now and focusing on myself and my self-love journey with me and God.
I like that.
But I'm also open to being with somebody, and exploring what that may lead to. Under his will, you know what I mean?
No, I definitely like how you tackled the idea you could be both, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It starts with being one with God before, he sends you somebody.
Yeah. So and also too, look, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't say it's a struggle, but I definitely, be on the back page of single and sinning too.
I'm saying, is it
Right,
balanced?
right,
or-
because can we be real?
It's
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
If we
right.
gonna be authentic,
So,
you know what I'm saying? For
You
sure.
know, I'm a little all three right now, but it's okay.
We owning it. We owning it. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Hey,
yeah. With that being said, tell you how you feel. Where you at?
Yeah, I think I love the honesty. I
Definitely.
think I phased out of my single and sinning phase. It's hard, but I phased out of that, and I'm single and satisfied. I'm enjoying this single journey of really getting to know me and becoming the woman that I want to be to meet the right man. And then, just like Kim said, growing closer with God, figuring out who I am, and then single and seeking because it gets lonely sometimes. I definitely do want to transition and meet that one person to spend my life with that's going to be right and do it right. So yeah, I'm both single and satisfied and seeking.
Yeah, I agree with, what I'm saying. I agree with Cam and Ted. I'm definitely single and satisfied, what I'm saying, one with God. But definitely, definitely, what I'm saying, seeking as well, what I mean? Nobody wants to be alone. So, I definitely, definitely rocking with both.
I feel it. And last but not least.
It's hard being last because everyone said great answer.
Right. Everybody both.
So
Yeah.
basically everything they all said.
Yeah.
No, but I think at this point, I'm kind of like Taya said too. I'm out of that. I want to be out of that stage of single and sinning. I wasn't satisfied in that area. So right now I'm more just single and satisfied. I don't think I'm looking for anything right now. Definitely not going to be. I don't want to be single forever. Like the goal is to have a great marriage.
Right.
But right now I really want to let God pour into me and really clear out the spaces that I need right now.
Love the answer.
So, yeah.
I love the let God clear out space.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's really about letting him and us being willing because it's a relationship. It's about, he going to be knocking at the door, but are you going to open it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
'Cause a lot of us be hesitant.
Hey, but hold on.
Absolutely.
But side note though, please like, comment, subscribe, and share to the Marriage Tune-Up podcast.
No, for real.
We'd love to guys have you guys come on with us and just have a good time with us as well. So,
Absolutely. It's about reaching a larger people so we can all, be sharing this knowledge and everybody, be coming to learn and grow. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just trying to grow.
You could be single, divorced, married, you know what I mean? All
Absolutely.
that. All the above. You know what I'm
Most
saying?
You know
I'll
what I'm
rock
saying?
with you.
Just because it's a marriage podcast don't mean you can't be learning for the future. You know what I'm saying? Like Kaya said, if it's an end goal, obviously we got to start preparing. You know what I'm saying? Most def. And
I'm sorry, to the marriage tune-up, marriage tune-in hyphen up. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got that
The hyphen is very, very important, you guys. Very
hyphen.
important.
The hyphen is very important.
But with that being said, segueing into our next question for you guys, I think this is a banger right here. I would say, how has marriage been displayed to you guys?
Great direction.
Gabe, can you talk about that, bro?
For me personally, my parents were divorced, so marriage is not really. I would want to be married, eventually, and definitely one time, and definitely find love in one person and live, and obviously be with that person through God and things like that. But marriage perceived through, to me, it was, I never really got to see it. So, you know what I mean? It was more so, co-parenting and things like that. So, I definitely think from the standpoint of co-parenting, I've seen a good relationship between both my parents. I never had anything crazy go on. So, I just.
Yeah. So do you feel like that some way impacted you in a way, negatively or positively, bro?
I think in both ways. Yeah, both ways, positively and negatively. Seeing different things, hearing different things. Yeah, definitely positively and negatively.
We for sure gonna get into that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
sure.
Stay that. That's a question that's for sure gonna come up. So we're gonna go ahead and rotate it.
Okay, Ted, talk to me.
Yeah, I feel like similar to Gabe, I grew up with my parents divorced as well. And it definitely is a challenge being young for sure. And from a woman's perspective, I feel like I saw a woman be the head of the household. So she was taking care of everything, providing for a child. So I definitely realized that kind of shaped my viewpoint on marriage of I realized that recently, I don't know if I know how to be submissive to a man because I'm always I've always seen the women go out and get it and be the breadwinner and come home and take care of the kids and do everything.
Right.
And that's not necessarily, and I commend my mom, she did an amazing job, but that's not necessarily the marriage that I want to build for myself. But it's like, how do you do that when you didn't
never
see that
saw
in the
anything
household?
else.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
So that's one thing. I mean, I think it's the first step is to be mindful of that and, obviously change it. But yeah, that's kind of how I grew up.
I think with you being aware, I think that's the
Yeah.
first step to it,
First step.
all in all, as far as you being aware. Well, I'll go ahead and go, and then we can go ahead and rotate again, do what y'all do. But I think for me, marriage has been displayed to me beautifully. I think that I've seen all the facets of marriage from my parents. I think I've seen them in different seasons. I've seen them in a horrible season. I've also seen them in a season of blossoming, and my dad pouring into my mom pouring into my dad, and I've seen that on your worst days you can still love that person. You know what I mean? I think that's what I look for. When my mom is mad at my dad, I look at how my dad handles that. And it could easily blow up, but instead or whatever, he's able to humble himself and be calm. If that means going for a drive, come and go for a drive, and calm myself down, and then we could, rehash this out at a later time. But I think just being able to be each other's partner and biggest supporter, I've seen that or whatever. And I think that, marriage is something that I definitely would love to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but that's something I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I long for it.
Right, especially when it's displayed in a healthy way.
For sure.
When you see it in that type of way, it's like, okay, now you've given me sort of a blueprint. It's hard to do something when you weren't given a blueprint, or maybe when you saw something that was the exact opposite of what it should have been. So now you adapt to, okay, maybe this toxic situation is what I should be in because that's what I saw.
Right.
But it's like we have to start learning to grow and acknowledge that there's a certain way that things should be done, and it's through Christ. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kai, I don't want you to share your opinions last
Yeah,
week.
I was gonna say that.
I got you.
Okay.
Let me hear it to you. Step to the plate.
Yeah. So I would say that it's weird because actually all the relationships in my family, they're married, all of them, but they're awful. Like, I mean, from my point of view,
right,
understanding what they've been through, I don't understand why they're married. You know what I mean? So I think from what I've seen, even my parents, I'm not really sure why they're still together. Like I think that from, I guess my point of view on marriage now is I'm not really too excited about it. Like the reality of it is, from what I've seen, it doesn't look that great.
Right.
So, but like me knowing God and knowing that what it can be, but I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? I haven't been around that.
Right.
I aspire for it, but it's still like in the back of my head, this is my reality. Like I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't. Yeah, but that's what.
Definitely.
Most definitely.
That's powerful right there.
That's-
What you just
that's-
said, for sure.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And I think that's heavy, and it's something that you definitely have to sit back and acknowledge. And it's like, okay, so how do I take where I come from and what I've seen growing up and now make that decision to change it because I want better for myself.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it still is a decision for ourselves. If we go and we read the right books and, especially the book, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we're in our word and stuff like that, we can find those places where we really can learn. And
But
draw
also,
from.
too, to go off what you said, I think that's why it's so important to make sure that you choose the right partner.
Yeah.
I mean, you take that time to really, during that dating phase, during that courting phase, to really know who you're about to, go into being with, whatever, I mean? Because I think that, marriage, you're going to have your seasons.
Man.
I've seen my parents go through their seasons, but I've also seen them come out of it,
Yeah.
And so for me, I think that's what gives me, the motivation and the confidence to go into it saying, you know what, hey, I have people that I can look up to, that I can go to, that have wisdom, that have been through certain things that I can, actually look back on too when I go through my seasons, because I know that it's going to happen.
Right.
You know what I'm
A
saying?
healthy way of going
Definitely.
through the season. Because
Right.
we're going through a season doesn't mean we got to resort to disrespecting each other and burning the house down.
Sure.
Right.
Because the kids are watching and now they're growing up and they're like, okay, so it's okay for my husband to burn the house down when he comes home having a bad day.
Right.
And it's like, nah, how your husband treats you when he's angry is very important, you know, and it's
Absolutely.
like these are the stuff that we definitely have to be keen to and acknowledging.
Yeah.
You know, Naya, why don't you share a little bit about what your experience was?
My experience, my mom and dad have been together like a long time before I was even born. And I kind of look at marriage, and they recently were married last year though. So they've been together like 32 years and they were married last year. But I always looked at it as just like staying together, like everything they did, like for the house, like they did it together, whether it was hard times, good times. They were never married though. They didn't have the title, but they stayed together.
Mhm.
So I think that's kind of how I looked at marriage. Like you're saying you never seen it. I feel like I've never seen like a real marriage before. And like being around Keenan, I see it a lot more. You know, I'm learning more. And I realize like I want the part that I seen from my mom and dad, like to be committed and stay together through the hard times. But like I'm learning there's more to it. There's a lot more to it. So I'm like, I want to learn about it though. You know, like I want to be a part of that side of it that I haven't got to see yet.
Absolutely. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
sure.
I like that.
Nice way to put that.
Let's go ahead and transition here. Cam, you mentioned dating and courting. You know, why don't we talk a little bit about that? Because I feel like that's some knowledge that the people should have. You know, because I think our generation is starting to get lost in the shuffle on what it is. And so,
I
why don't
think
you give
that
a little background.
Okay, cool. I got you. I think that as far as dating, there's different, you know, concepts to dating. You know what I mean? I think that I could be with a person and we could be going on dates and, you know, that could be dating, you know, but I could also be seeing other people too as well. But I think as far as when you sit down with that person and actually talk to that person and, okay, that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be sitting down and, okay, I want to be with just you. I would define that as, okay, we're now recording, we're going into the, you know, the outlook of, okay, well, here we are now, whatever, we're trying to go towards marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Are there like certain lines, like boundaries you have when it's just like, okay, we're dating and it's like multiple?
Good question. I think that that's going to be between you and your partner, what you guys discuss and talk about. You know what I mean? What you and what you and Keenan may discuss may be different from what, you know what I'm saying, I may discuss with my person or something like that. You know what I mean? So I think that I think just sitting down and communication, that's so key. That comes into place right then and there, because you don't want to do something like that and then, okay, boom, well, you know, we on the same, we on different pages.
Yeah,
that's
you never talked about it. So like,
okay, well, you went out with him, or oh dang, I thought it was just me and you. You know what I mean? Well, I didn't know. You know,
they're not wrong because like we never said nothing.
So within our generation, we're having so many different meanings and definitions to each different person on what dating is. Gabe, why don't you talk to me about what dating is to you? You know what I'm saying? So is it I'm with multiple people?
Yeah, I mean, dating is definitely. I mean, in my definition, I think dating is definitely. You know, if you're dating someone, you're dating around. You're dating multiple people. You know what I'm saying? You're talking to multiple people. You're not necessarily, you know, are intimate with that person, but you know what I'm saying? You're talking. You're feeling people out. You're getting to know people. You know, in that sense. But when we talk about, you know, courting, you know, thinking something like that, you know, like with the intention to marry, you know what I mean, and being committed and things like that, like that's a different type of, you know, dating. We don't see that often. So with our new definition of dating, and you know, and how we can date around and stuff, do you feel like, you know, maybe that kind of spoils the contents of what courting should be? Because now it's like I'm dating around with multiple people, and it's like you're giving yourself to multiple people, but really, should you not hold yourself and take it one at a time, or maybe really, I don't know. Should we expound on that? I mean, from my opinion, I definitely think that. I mean, it's where you at. It's where you at that point in your life. You know what I'm saying? It's where, you know what I mean, if you know, you could be just fresh out of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you know, dating and talking to multiple people is just where you at in your life right now. Like,
right.
And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But you know what I'm saying? I definitely think when you feel like you want to go into that phase of, you know, I want to really get to know somebody. I want to talk to somebody. I want to settle down. I want my person, or I want to, you know, figure out what my, you know, who my person could possibly be. Yeah, definitely. You know, they get to know one person. You know what I mean, and move that way. Move accordingly.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely agree with Gabe's perspective, because I'm like, that's why I was asking you about the boundaries. Cause I'm like, I feel like it can spoil it depending how far you're going with each person. But like, what if you just talking with people, hanging out, getting food, like you're not really doing so. Yeah, like you really just having conversation with 4 different type of people. So it's kind of like, I don't think that will spoil like the courting, because just like you're not taking it that far with the boundaries.
So, but as far as courting, I would in my opinion, I think courting, you'd be courting one person, which you not be, you know.
No, for sure.
Definitely.
Definitely.
I would
You
agree.
know, but is it possible to court with one person?
That sounds
that's
crazy.
I think
That's what dating is for.
Why not?
Because courting's intention to marry. You don't.
Yeah.
Why are you intending to marry?
I mean,
I mean,
look,
unless
man.
you on-
Best man win.
No, for sure.
No.
If she over here doing this, she'll be doing this too. I mean, look, like
Then that's y'all
I
not
like you, I
courting
like
then.
you
Right.
too.
That's not that. That's
That's
not
not courting.
that.
Y'all clearly
But
on.
be getting serious though. You know, I like you both.
I like you
I
both.
like you both. You know what I'm saying? For right
You're not
now.
ready for
So then you're
But
dating.
at the same
you're
time-
dating.
I mean, I'm dating, but I mean, I could marry both of y'all. I mean, not marry both of y'all. I'm saying like both of y'all could be
I could be,
material.
yeah, I could,
Okay,
I could
I
definitely
see.
be.
But
I could
then
definitely
one
be stuck.
phase is out and you go to the courting stage with one.
And some
But
people,
how do you
some
do
people
that
don't want
with
to
two
sit
people at
around
once?
letting you feel both of them
How
out.
you know
They
you-
wouldn't
how
know
you-
that. That's
But
what I'm saying.
listen,
They
how
wouldn't
do
know
you know that you even notice you sitting around? You may not even know that you're sitting
Exactly.
around. I
You
might
can
not have
tell.
gave that information
Yeah,
to
we
you.
know.
You can test it out. Like, okay, let's
Oh, for sure.
let's
I
do
might
this.
be
Let's
very
do that.
good.
You're
I
not
might be
available.
very
Yeah.
good at,
You're
you know what I'm
not.
saying, multitasking. I might be very nice.
No.
I'm saying.
You're not that
There's
nice.
no way.
Hold on, that
No.
one point.
Good.
There's no way
I
you
got a
have
date with
enough
Shorty.
resources to do
I
that.
got
with
they were shorty on Saturday, and then on Sunday, whatever. You know what I'm
So
saying?
now what if she's like,
Church,
what if she's like, let's do something Sunday?
What's wrong with that, huh?
Now she's like, let's do something Sunday. What you gonna do?
I'm
We're
going.
gonna do something Sunday.
What you mean?
Yeah.
Wait, so pause.
So
Would you
basically,
be
it's just a side
explaining that?
piece.
Would you be communicating that with both people?
Yeah, why
I
not
am
just be
dating to
upfront?
marry two people at this time. Is that something you would do?
I'll be dating to marry. Yeah, I would.
No, would
You
you,
would
let
tell
them
them
know
that.
I got another person that I'm intending to date
mean,
for marriage at
if
this
it-
time?
If that conversation came up, then
We got
come up.
So
Yeah.
you know that's not gonna rock. You know that's not
Right.
gonna rock.
I
Yeah.
know, I know.
Yeah.
I'm playing with y'all. I'm just trying to challenge y'all.
I
Make sure
do
that
it.
y'all,
Yeah.
10 toes. Yeah, we're gonna clean it up a little bit for y'all.
So when we're talking about dating multiple people and dating around, do you think so? Now we could introduce the topic of being equally yoked. So how does that really play a part? When we talk about wanting to be equally yoked, excuse me, does that now excuse the fact that we should be dating multiple people? Because if the goal is to be equally yoked with one person, why should I be dating multiple people anyway?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why would I not be taking the time to really invest?
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay. Let me hear. From
Well, back on the dating multiple people, I think it really, like Gabe said, it depends on where you are in your life. Because a lot of women, I think, pour so much into a man when they're not in a relationship yet. They give so much, and then they end up hurt in the end because it wasn't a secure relationship yet. So I don't personally think there's anything wrong with talking in beginning stages, not getting intimate, but talking, leaving your options open until you figure out who's that one person for you to take the long haul with. But in terms of being equally yoked, I think that is extremely important. I feel like I haven't met, not that I haven't met someone yet, but I've been in past situations where I wasn't equally yoked with the person. And it doesn't bring the most bound relationship, to say the least.
So in those past situations, did you see the flags though?
I wouldn't necessarily say it was flags, because I think that it was religion was a big one for us, that we weren't the same religion. And therefore, so going to church wasn't that big of a deal for you, or in church, you're not active and you're not paying attention because it's not necessarily where you want to be.
Right.
So I think, it's important for sure.
Most deaf, because then that kind of plays into, it's like, now I don't want to force you to be
Right.
someone else,
Right.
just so
Right.
you
That's
can
good.
be with me.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel like that's where it's maybe
Definitely.
important, because then now you get stuff overlap with like holidays.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, we
Kids,
celebrating
yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Where you don't come in with a present. I'm like, what's going on?
But question, but with that being said, when you realize that the religion, that as far as religion, that wasn't a thing for you guys, how'd you deal with that? Did you continue to just try to be with him, or try to just go
I
past
did.
that or
I
something?
did.
Like,
I don't think that I was far enough in my own spiritual journey to really acknowledge it and be like, this is something that's not going to work. Obviously, God knew that, and there was other factors that made me leave the relationship.
Right.
But now looking back, that I have progressed in my spiritual journey, I'm like, yeah, that wasn't going to work. And that's one of the reasons for that. So moving forward, it's like, okay, this is what you need to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yes, absolutely. So now that we're talking back about the equally yoked, and so I transitioning to our next question, we have society says,
man, it's a great one right here.
yeah, okay,
Can I be honest?
go ahead.
Society says if a woman dates around,
Cameron's been waiting for this question.
she's a hoe.
Oh.
But if a man dates around, he's a player or he's bigged up. Is this fair? Why or why not?
Definitely not.
No.
Okay. So how you feel? Talk to me. You know what I mean? Let's talk.
I feel like just the question itself said everything I had to say. Like, we doing the same thing, but we look bad for it.
Yeah.
Not to say anyone should look bad or good for it, but like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. Just because I'm a woman, you're a man, it shouldn't be any different. You know what I mean? Like, we both messing around. You should. Why did I not get cool points for it? Like, no.
But hold on, quick question. Can we define what dating around means though?
What is dating around?
Because dating around could be, hey, I could just be go on dates with a person going home.
I feel like they're using it in the context
You
of
trying.
like sleeping with people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what do you guys get
I'm
props
just saying,
for?
yeah.
That's what
You
y'all
know,
get props
for the audience, you know what I'm saying? Let's make sure that they understand what that
Okay,
really
yeah.
means.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
what I mean?
no, for sure.
As far as it being dating around. But I would agree that I'm pretty sure it is sleeping around.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm not
Definitely.
sure. But I mean, I would say I definitely understand what you guys are saying as far as the women. You know, I don't know why it's like that,
Do you
but
agree?
what?
Yeah, do you agree?
Oh yeah, I definitely. But no, I agree with what?
Yeah.
Like,
Hold
on, you trying to trip me up, man.
Do you think it's
Hold on.
fair?
Do you think it's fair?
Oh no, it's definitely not fair. Definitely not fair. You know?
Yeah.
But I think you being a man, whatever, and stuff like that. If you're doing that, it's obviously something that you're lacking internally. You know what I mean? To do something like that. So I feel, but I think that for so long, society has said that, okay, you being a man, whatever, hey, yeah, bro, you hit that, that's crazy. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? But if Abigail hit, you know what I'm saying, Johnny Appleseed and Charles Banks, and on top of that, you know what I'm saying, SpongeBob, bro, then hey, you know what? Then she a hoe.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But hold on. But me being, myself, whatever, I didn't hit, you know what I'm saying, Karen, Tasha, Keisha, you know what I mean, at work. And then now I'm at church hitting 5, it's like, damn, hold on, you know what I mean? But at the same time, whatever, like, the homies just telling me, hey, yeah, bro.
Good job.
I'm getting that.
You the man.
Right.
You the man.
That's what it is, and I think that
We gotta
that's a
change our
problem.
outlook.
You know what I mean?
You gotta change our outlook.
Definitely be changed for
Well,
sure.
what can men do to kind of change that?
Mm.
Whereas
You think of your
women-
friends?
That's a great question, though.
I think that is a great
You
question.
guys
think-
are the ones who.
Honestly, I think that you're actually molded. In my opinion, I feel like we're molded from a very young age to be like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think that in middle school, whatever, you with the homies and stuff like that, you're bigged up for doing that. You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
And you see, somebody that you may look up to, whatever that may be, be popular or whatever. He got all the females on him and stuff like that. You're like, dang, in your head, you somewhat envy that. How can I do that? You know what I mean? Be like him, you know what I'm saying? Or you see us nowadays, whatever, on Twitter or Instagram or music videos, rappers and ball players, whatever, with all these beautiful women, you know what I'm saying, on them. Like, dang, hold on, I'm trying to get like him. Like, so what do? Okay, well, I see he got, 15 different girls, whatever, with him. Well, I guess I got to do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's big up for that. But if you see a woman, whatever, you know what I'm saying, doing the same thing with 10 different dudes, it's like, it's just the perception is definitely different. You know what I mean? So
Honestly, I think it's, definitely society. We've been ingrained that women are less than from like
For
day
sure.
one of life. So, but I think it's really a respect thing. Like I think men in general don't really see women as equal counterparts. So if people are doing the same thing and you already view them as less, then it's going to automatically be a different perception.
Yeah.
So,
And then nobody's gonna like a taste of their own medicine.
right.
So it's like if I'm allowed to do something and now you telling me that you allowed to do it, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I think back to what your question was, I feel like it's really an accountability issue.
Yeah.
I feel like it's about time that certain dudes just start holding their guys accountable.
Right.
It's just about like let's just say, like if we really being real, in high school you had, say your homie got some pictures, you know, and he's showing you know, and it's just like you shouldn't be doing that. You know, you violating that girl's privacy. It's, just, it's sooner or later different conversations have to be started to be had. You know, and it's just like that's where we start to make that turnaround.
Hey, but also too, but women too, like y'all do that too, though, you know what I'm saying? Getting pictures of dudes and stuff like that.
Because y'all for sure be having cats in the group chat real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick. You know what I mean? Girl,
you feel me?
that's a different, you know, different day, different discussion, y'all.
Absolutely.
You know.
But keeping that in mind, I think, you know, when we're the next generation, so raising our kids with that, because I don't know if we really had those conversations that much with our parents about like, don't say those type of things or don't interact in those type, you know, so just keeping that in mind when we raise kids to like, because I mean, generations, they don't change that much. I'm sure our kids might encounter a lot of the same things that we did now. So, you know, having those conversations to maybe make a change.
I mean, but also too, so I'm not for sure, but I think to also go with what you said, I think that, you know, if we did have those, it still would be a battle between, okay, in your household with your parents teaching you certain things, but they're doing, but then you go out into the world, and you know what I'm saying, and you in middle school and high school especially, whatever, you know what, you're being influenced by your peers on what you see, and then boom, you get to college or whatever, it's a whole different ballgame. Now you're on your own, so now you just hoping and praying that what your parents instilled in you, you know, comes to play. You know what I mean, as far as them teaching you right from wrong and not making no dumb decisions, you know what I'm saying?
But so, I think it's not like it won't be in vain teaching your kids that, because at the end of the day, like, you know, you guys respect each other. At the end of the day, like if one of your homeboys is like, nah, dude, that's not cool, it's shut down. So absolutely. At any point, if at any point of your life, one of your dudes is telling you that, then it's like, oh, let me check myself.
The message.
I think when you're around you is definitely a reflection. You know, you know. It's definitely a reflection of who you are, you know what I mean? So if you have good friends that actually checking you and saying, hey, look, bro, like, come on now. I know she's fine, but come on, bro. You know what I mean? Go ahead and chill on that. But, you know, but you being, you know, yourself, you got to be mature enough to be able to have that conversation too with your friend. Because, you know, because I could tell you that, but at the same time, you saying, nah, bro, I'm good. It's like, all right, well, I told you. You know what I mean?
Taya, you mentioned conversations with your parents. And I think that that's very important, you know, and making sure that we're cognizant of those conversations that we're pushing, you know. And so my next question would be, is how open are you guys with your parents about your dating life? You know, because I think that's very important. Like you said, for this next generation, we need to be able to teach them some things, you know, train them up in the way that they should go. They'll never depart. You know what I'm saying? If we could always take it biblical, you know. But so Nay, share with me. You know what I'm saying?
I think me and my dad, we don't have that relationship like where we talk about like really just feelings, like emotions in general. So like my mom, I say like talking about it is at a minimum. Like it's like we don't talk about it. We're just now getting to that place where we started to talk about like my friends, like not even just dating yet. Like we don't really talk about much, you know, but now like I want to say like last year we're starting to. She actually came to me like, I want you to start opening up, because she wasn't like that with like none of my siblings. Like she's not very expressive either. So I feel like it was kind of hard for her to try to open that door because she didn't know how. You know, and she never did it. So it was like I'm like the first one. And it's also like a first for me because I never had a parent like, okay, like how do I tell you about this? It's kind of uncomfortable.
Actually care, you know.
Like it's awkward. It's always been like friends, talking to my friends about it, or like other people. So like, I know it's a little weird talking to my mom too, and then just like I don't know, but I'm older now, so I'm not gonna get in trouble. But it's like it's still like, dang, she might be judging me. Like I don't know, like it gets kind of weird.
I feel you, absolutely.
I gotta type in here because me and my mom is best friends.
You feel me? Like
my mom is best friends, and I love my mom. Me and my mom can have any conversation in the world. I mean my dad too. You know what I mean? Any conversation I need, dating advice, anything like that. I mean, obviously, my mom. Sometimes I'm talking to my mom about her relationship, and I don't even want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I definitely think it's important. I have my son as well, and I plan definitely to instill that into him, talk to him, and let him get his feelings out, all those different things, because it's important. You know what I'm saying? That also ties into mental health and other different things, which is like super duper important. People don't talk about.
Super. We finna talk about it right after
Yeah.
this.
Oh, yeah.
but Ted, talk to me. Talk to me.
Yeah, I have a great relationship with my mom. I could go to her, tell her everything. Don't know what I would do without her. The only thing I wish is that I wish she would have been like, Taya, at 16, this is what I was doing, or just give me her whole life rundown because I feel like we would have related so much more. But I think parents sometimes don't want to. They don't want to share all that with their kids and be like open. But I want to do that with my kids. I'm like, this is what I was doing. This is what happened to me. Like, just so that you could really learn from me. I want like a whole open 100% honesty. But I can definitely go to her, tell her anything. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that having that open door of communication is so important. You know, like I'll tell you, you know, me and Nate, sometimes we get, you know, my parents, they're licensed therapists for marriage, you know, but we go to them with dating problems, you know, and I'll tell you, it's so much easier to have that line of communication, you know, where you have that safe space, you know, and I feel like oftentimes parents teach their kids to just stay away from it. And then, you know, they're going to do it anyway. So now they go do it blindly. And then now they really end up hurt. And then, but why not take me another route and embrace me?
Right.
And like you said, tell me everything. Give me the whole layout. I made this mistake. I made that mistake. You know what I'm saying? And then now we really able to grow, do life together. And now we moving along way faster.
I think just seeing, I mean, just feeling like, you know, like there's no judgment, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
I think
that's what you were saying. Absolutely.
That's the number one thing. And I think that, you know, us being, you know, young adults, whatever, with our parents, we'll come to you a little bit and share something with you. And then I know for me, I'm gonna see how you take that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm, you know, do something just see. All right, you know.
Can you handle it? Oh my God. What? Yeah.
It's like, you know what? All right.
Let me just call the homie real quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I definitely thank God that, you know, I have a father that, you know, I can come to about any and everything and say, hey, look, Dad, this was going on. You know, me and my dad had some conversations, you know, freshman year, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But I think my mom, that's like my rock, you know what I'm saying? I talk to her every single day, you know, from work, you know, coming from work, whatever. We chop it up about any and everything, about Gabe, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? About Taya, about Ken, whoever, you know what I mean? But I think just as far as being able to talk to her and come to her, it's just a feeling, you know, feeling safe, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
With your parents and stuff like that. And I definitely hope and pray that every child can, you know, can feel like that with their parent, you know, for sure. But Kaya, how you still talk to me about it?
I think me and my mom do have, like, I know I could go to her with those types of things. I don't know. I'm not too open about it, but it's just an uncomfortable conversation for me. I think to be that vulnerable with my mom is like, it's scary, you know, like I don't know how she's going to take it. And sometimes she can be a little like, just, you know, she'll say whatever type of thing. Yeah. So it's scary. And like me and my dad, definitely not. He won't talk about anything. You know, like, I don't know if he's nervous about it or like, because I'm a girl and I'm his only girl. So
that's a good, you know, good thing. Like, do y'all feel it's different, you know, with boys than it is girls?
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
especially with my dad. Like, I think my dad and my little brother, he's 18. They've had that conversation. You know what I mean? Like, they've done that. You know, this is what you need to do. Whatever, make sure you're safe, type of thing. But like, still to this day.
So, ladies, question for y'all, ladies. How do y'all, you know, deal with that? You know, how do you guys, you know, just cope with that as far as feeling like, you know, well, if I can go to my parent, you know, what you kind of, like, you know, how you deal with that?
Well, for me personally, like I've kind of always had that relationship with my parents, and I was raised in the church, so like my confidant, safe space is God. You know, like I journal about it, I talk about it. Me and him are tight. That's you know, I can count on him to not say nothing crazy. So it's like, I pour into that. So I don't really, and that's probably I don't really allow people the space to kind of like
judge you in a way.
Or not even that, but like maybe even come for me. Like I have a hard time with like, I don't know what you're gonna do, so I'm just not gonna do it. You know what I mean? So, and that's really, it's probably not good for me because they probably could, you know, they probably could show up for me in that way. But I've just always counted on God, and
you ain't never gonna fall though now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I mean, I agree with that, you know, 100%. I think me, myself, whatever, I'll be getting more just into therapy with God. You know what I mean? I think therapy could be in any different way. There's times where I'm going to the gym, you know what I mean? I'm in the car for like 2 hours talking to God.
Cats
You know what I
walking
mean?
by looking at
Boom,
you
I'm
crazy.
in the car like, yo,
Is he talking to himself? Nah,
You know
man,
what I
I'm
mean?
crazy.
Like,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, real.
So I'm getting that
That's
release, you know, with God, boom, and then after that, I'm going into the gym, you know what I'm saying, to release even more, you know,
Right.
and stuff like that.
absolutely.
But
Feeling good.
that helped me get through breakups, whatever, and stuff like that, all kind of things, you know, but also get closer to God. And also, too, boom,
Yeah.
also,
It
too,
is
it's like,
outlets.
I'm not having to go to like 5 people, whatever, and tell them what's going on, whatever, because then it's like, dang, I'm telling you this right here, and now I may feel like, dang, well, bro can judge me, whatever,
Right.
you know, but at the same time, like I said, kind of going to God, it's like, you know what, I just feel like he ain't gonna judge me, and it's me and you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all I need in the day, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Method Man style, all I need.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so I love it while we're on the topic of parents, you know, now we could be a little transparent, you know. So you know what I'm saying?
That
But transitioning to the next question, does your childhood play a part into your dating? And if it does, which I'm pretty sure it do for all of us, I would love if we could just be a little transparent, maybe give one example. We don't gotta go too deep, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I mean, but be a little transparent, you know what I'm saying? We could be a little
You can go a little
transparent.
deep, you know, if I want to.
Why don't I start?
Yeah, go
Okay.
What you do, King?
So I think for me, being the last child and being the last one, oftentimes I was doing what my older siblings was doing. You know, I didn't get to choose the TV show or nothing. I was housed. I was the little one. So I got accustomed to watching and observing. You know, and so what I've seen that show up in my relationship where sometimes where Nay will do something that I don't like or maybe I'm not fond of, I'll watch and I'll observe and I'll keep the tally in my mind, but I won't ever say like, hey, that kind of affected me, you know, because growing up, it was kind of like, I don't want to watch this TV show.
Yeah.
We're watching Scooby-Doo, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really, you know what I'm saying? So I just
Yeah.
really got accustomed to just, I'm gonna be quiet, I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna observe, you know? And so it's kind of taken over. And so now I have to sometimes be cognizant of that. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I see, I don't like this. All right, don't let it fester. Don't tally it because love holds no record of wrongdoing. Go ahead and communicate in a healthy way. Don't blow
Yeah.
up. Hey, babe, I didn't appreciate that one right there. You know, that one kind of hurt, you know, and it'll be something like that. And I'm not perfect at it, but we working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's really good.
So,
I'll go.
Yeah, Gabe.
Yeah, no. I mean, as far as me, like, you know, childhood, you know, affecting dating, it's just I would say for me, like, I mean, I didn't really get to see the man perspective of like the dating, like, so I really see my, you know, a single mom, you know what I'm saying, go through, you know, different, just you know, dating different guys or whatever. Nothing crazy or anything like that, but definitely, you know, trying to talk to different people and you know, get to know them or whatever. And I always seen the sweet, kind side. Like you always, when you see like a mom, it's always kind, like cater, things like that.
Nourishment.
So, you know, nourishment, things like that or whatever. But you never get to see I never got to see the man, the like, oh, like, like the gentleman side, the open the door, this, and, like, that's why, me and Cam are, really good friends. Cause I learned from him still, like learning different things from him or whatever. But I think it definitely affected me, in my dating, because certain things I would do in relationships, just being like observe, like how you were saying, observing and watching, just kind of being passive, just letting certain things go past me, not being just not doing everything that a man would do. I remember I had multiple conversations with Cam just about just doing more things, like gentlemen, like more
opening doors,
like opening doors, even things like financial, like paying for food or anything like that. Like my mom was always telling me, like, look, like, go out, have fun, do your thing, don't worry about this the X, Y, and Z, like like you need to focus on yourself, like that's that, or whatever, because that's what she's been dealing with. Like, that's what she sees. That's what I'm seeing. That's every day for us.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing two people together. All the time. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that.
I feel you.
Say that.
Yeah,
How
I
you
can
feel?
go.
Talk to me.
I have a good one. I came to a realization that I have a great relationship with my dad. That's also my best friend. But once my mom and my dad divorced, my dad would come get me on the weekends. We would have fun. He would give me money. And that was really the dynamic of our relationship. He would always provide for me financially. There wasn't, like most of us women on this table said, that there's not much of an emotional connection that there with our father.
Yeah.
So I, from a young age, like 5 and up, I just really hindered that he just provided financially for me. So I realized that in the men that I look for you to provide financially. Well, previously, I look for you to provide financially, and then I don't think it helps with the media that we listen to, the music, reinstilling that as well. That
You need a Birkin.
You need a Birkin. Like, girl, you don't even have you can't even get a Birkin on your own, but I want him to give me a Birkin.
Right.
So yeah, I think that was a real tough realization that I had to come to and change. That there's, of course, we need to be successful and financially independent, but to depend on a man for that and to expect a man to have that and provide for you financially was not the right mindset to have. But in my childhood, that's what I was so accustomed to a man doing, is providing financially. So yeah, working my way out of that, definitely. But I saw that come up in dating for me for sure.
Absolutely. That's good.
Yeah.
That's real good. I think so at what point did you come to the realization where you were like, a man is supposed to do more than just provide financially. He's supposed to provide security.
Yeah.
And security doesn't mean
Yeah,
always
definitely not.
that's
just
emotional
financial.
security, the safe space. When did you realize I want that too?
That's a great question. I think over the last year and a half, I feel like I've transformed, and as I've grown closer to God, I realized that there's so much more. And then I think into also me coming into me, like, I can provide for myself financially. So what else are you bringing to the table?
Hold on.
I can do it for myself. So I need more than that. How are you feeding me emotionally? How are you feeding me spiritually, mentally, praying for me? What conversations are we having? Money is not enough. Money is really not that much of a factor at all.
Yeah,
that'll come later.
Talk to me.
That'll come later. What else are we talking about? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's underneath the stuff
What's
that
the
we
stuff-
can't
yeah,
take with us?
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I like that.
Okay. What you think?
I think, I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? I know the answer that I have, but I want to word it right.
It was
How did your childhood?
Oh,
How
yeah.
did your childhood affect your
Okay,
dating?
yes, my
Play a part
dating.
in
Yes,
dating.
my dating. So I think my childhood, definitely see my mom handle business. She cooked for us. My dad was just, around. But what my relationship was with my dad, it was a lot of negative energy. He was kind of just mean, I think, and angry, and yelled a lot and stuff. So I think now it's a trigger for me. I guess it's not a bad trigger. I don't want, I don't want anybody talking to me crazy ever. Right. So, so now it's I'm extremely cautious of men who have that kind of complex. You know what I mean? Who can't really handle their emotions in that way.
Right.
That's the biggest thing I would say it's affected me in.
Just like we were talking about, how do you treat me when you're angry?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a big thing. It's easy to love somebody or be with somebody when everything's good.
It's good.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me?
When things is down and out, whatever. If she on your nerves or on your nerves, whatever. How do you deal with that? You know what I mean? How do you cope with that?
Yeah.
Do you still provide that safe space for her? You know what I'm saying? As a man, you're supposed to provide that security. So it's I'm dead. But yeah, so you definitely supposed to provide that security as a man.
Yeah.
Who was next up? Cam, it's on you.
So, man, how my childhood played a part. Man, I kind of a brain fog right now. I can't really think of one right now off the top of my dome, but I would say that I think just seeing my parents, actually go through things and deal with things, whatever, how they did back in the day versus how they did now. And by that, I mean that, okay, I can see my parents get into it and my mom be, mad at my dad for a couple of days or something like that. You know what I mean? But I could look at my dad and see how he deals with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'm keeping an eye on him. You know, because it's easy to just, okay, you mad at me or whatever, I'm out. But I can see my dad be upstairs sitting down. Mom come in, hey, all right, boom, go to the room. You know what I'm saying? And I think that for me, going into my relationships, whatever, I think that when my woman is mad or upset, or whatever, I kind of want to fix things, right? You know, rather than there,
Right.
you know what I mean,
Absolutely.
and stuff like that.
I know
But I
exactly
think
what you
that by seeing my dad, you know what I'm saying, deal with certain things, I think more so now, I'm like, okay, well, let me get some, some time. Let me take some time because I could be real emotional too and just blow up, like, I'm good, all right, bye, you know what I mean? But let me just go ahead, think on it real quick, get back to you, you know what I'm saying? And then we'll discuss it at a later time. Okay, well, I'm more calm and you're more calm, and actually get somewhere versus, okay, well, I'm emotional, you're emotional too, and now we just going at it, you know what I mean? So I think
Now we're
I've
not
seen
getting
that
nowhere.
for sure.
For
So
sure.
that's something positive that I've seen and that I've taken into not only just myself, but just being single right now anyway too. Just not trying to be super emotional or stuff like that.
Absolutely, and I think that you're hitting on a point that a lot of people just misunderstand is how important parenting really is, and parents don't often understand the job that they're signing up for
sure.
because your daily actions shape these children. Just like you said, when mom is mad at dad, I'm watching dad. I'm not watching mom because she's mad and how mom is throwing stuff and they got into an argument. How is my father reacting? You know what I'm saying? Because as a man, now that's gonna shape up when I grow up.
And also too, I have seen my father, whatever, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, whatever, blow up and be like, and I'm out, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But the growth,
that's when, that's a big part, the growth, whatever, and seeing that, okay, well, that's how I was years ago.
And it was
how are you right? But how are you now? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? I think that's why
you have to see the good and the bad of it.
Boom, you know what I mean? And I think that's what marriage is about right then and there. Like, that's how I see marriage. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like the growth within that, whatever, and knowing that, okay, hey, on our bad days, we're going to have those. We're going to have those, you know what I'm saying? But what we going to do, whatever, you know what I'm saying, within those bad days, you know what I'm saying? Within that storm, whatever. Because, my mom could be mad and upset, but she upset in her room, you know what I mean? But if she's not upset, whatever, at a Motel 6 or something like that, and he here, like, okay, yeah, you upset. Okay, well, I'm in the bonus room upstairs and you downstairs, whatever. But we still in the same crib, though. We're not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it together. It may take 4 days. It may take a couple hours, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But we'll be together, though.
Yeah.
That's what that matters to me, you know what I mean? We can get through this, you know what I'm saying? So just seeing that for sure.
Absolutely. Taya, you have been hitting all my transition points today. I just really want to thank you. You know what I'm saying? In your answer, you talked about social media and what we see. Transitioning into our next question. Do you think social media in our generation helps or hinders maintaining a healthy relationship?
Well, honestly, I want to ask you and Nate that question, bro, because I feel like you guys are together right now. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I think that you guys could tackle that better than better than what we possibly could right now.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
With y'all being in it right now, currently. You know what I'm saying? So Nate, talk to me. How you feel about that?
I feel like social media definitely has its negatives and positive. I really feel like it's what you invest in, like what you want to see, like who you following, like what you keeping up with. It's really on you, but I feel like you're gonna see it either way. Like we're talking about the Birkins and stuff, like that was all down my timeline. I don't even like in looking at type of stuff. It's like, oh, he need to give me a Birkin. I don't even believe in that, but I feel like it's up to you and your partner. Like, okay, we both seeing this, but we both don't agree with that. We both don't, we don't want to live like that. So it's like, I'm not gonna look to you like, oh, where my Birkin now, Keenan? And I don't think he expect that of me either. So I feel like it's really up to you and your partner how y'all gonna move around that. Or y'all gonna let it affect you in the way y'all relationship works.
Now I feel like that goes back to being equally yoked.
If
I'm with a woman that want a Birkin, and I'm like, you're not getting one. So it's like, what's up?
I mean, but also too, I think that comes with being able to see. I mean, would you say that's a red flag? You know what I'm saying?
What?
In a way? Yes.
Which one?
I would say.
One in a Birkin?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying you possibly dating a girl, a woman, whatever that. Hey, well, my man gotta have this, and this. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. It's like, okay, well, I only got this, and this, but you want this, and this. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, how do you deal with that? Keenan, you know what I'm saying? I
mean, for me, it would just be a red flag because my thing is how am I building if all my money is going towards saving to buy you a Birkin? I really want a woman who is on the mindset of, nah, save that for later. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get this house. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Put that in a savings account. Until we triple it, we're not spending it.
Exactly.
Get this car or something.
Even social media be like like guys should pay for a lot of stuff though. Like not even Birkins, like nothing so
That's
expensive, but
that's-
like on your day to day, like okay, we went out, you paid, we going here, you paid, now I need you to pay for my gas,
Yeah,
this
right.
and that.
Yeah.
I feel like that also plays a part too. Like, would you be with a girl who's like that? Like, or is it like I need us to like 50-50? I need us to split it.
I mean, I wouldn't sit here and say that's going to always be 50-50 because sometimes it may be 70-30 or 100-0, you know what I mean? It's like that. But I think that it varies on, you know, the
I mean, if that's her
situation.
mindset,
It's,
though.
Yeah, right.
Like her mindset is,
But yeah, her mindset is like that.
And she's
then,
mad if you're not paying for gas.
you know
today.
what? I'm going to have to go ahead and see you later,
I'm
big
gonna have to go
dog.
ahead and start walking.
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
Two up,
You know
for
what I
real.
mean? Absolutely. Like that. Because I think that, you know, yeah, you're an investment, but I'm an investment to you too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you want to invest time into me too. And that may require
Absolutely.
you have to spend money on me too. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
But are you willing to do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, can we go to McDonald's or whatever? You got me. You know,
Yeah.
I can go to Javier's and get you, but can you go to Mickey D's and get me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
something like that. Whatever.
Right. Is
Like,
that an issue
got-
for
yeah,
you? Like that?
to get
Yeah.
a
Definitely.
McChicken.
Right.
you know, or
You mad
whatever.
about spending $5 on me,
$5.
right? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I never answered the question. But,
Yeah, go ahead.
um,
Go ahead. You can. Go
Let
ahead.
me see. I think that the social media. I think I would agree with you. I think it's about what you invest in. I have a lot of stuff on my timeline where I do see that stuff where, you know, everybody cheating on them all the time and stuff, and it's just
Yeah.
like, dang, you know. But
Yeah.
I do have a lot of stuff where it's teaching me, you know, like we talked about, healthy outlets for your anger and stuff like that. And I feel like when you find those sides, you know, I be liking it because I be trying to get more of that stuff on my timeline, you know. That's really what I want to be seeing. It's what I want
Yeah.
to nourish myself with.
Mhm.
You know, just come back with more knowledge. You feel me? Nobody else want to tackle that question, or we gonna move on? We can move on. We're gonna move on. All right, for sure.
So, last question too. You know what I'm saying?
Last question.
Go ahead and wrap it up.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap
Good
it up.
one.
Yeah.
All right. So while we're on the topic of family, we're just gonna wrap it up on family. How important is it to get along with your significant others, friends, and family? I think it's two different aspects because, like you said, your friends are a reflection of you.
Definitely.
Your family is everything that you come with, your traumas, your background.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
how important is that to y'all?
Okay. Want to tackle it?
Okay. I think there's people that you might like be acquaintances with that you not really, you know, those types of relationships don't really matter if
Mhm.
you're good with them or not. But like my best friends and my mom, my dad, like my grandparents, like those, yeah, you know, those have to work. You can't.
Yeah.
I want you to be around. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I want to be able to blend families. I want to have, you know, you over at the house whenever. And I think I feel like, I mean, there's obviously different factors. Like my parents could be tripping or something. Like, and I could be like, okay, that's obviously not his fault. Okay, you know, it is what it is. But I definitely think it's important, just as far as like harmony. If my parents mean a lot to me, I would really enjoy that we could all be cool. And, you know, if you love me, if you do have differences, let's just be cool for the day or something. Like, I want to be able to spend time with everybody I love. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would agree with that.
Gabe, want to touch on it? You know?
Yeah,
Quickly,
so I definitely, I think it's, you know, I agree. So I think that, you know, it's very important to, you know, be cool with your friends and family, you know what I'm saying? So
Definitely. Because if
I
I don't like you,
yeah.
it's a wrap.
Yeah, because I, you know what I'm saying?
You're out
You know,
of
just me personally, I've had the past experience where, you know what I'm saying, where moms don't like the girl or whatever. And it's just, it don't, you know, if you don't like moms,
Best
let it
friend,
go.
you don't have to agree.
You know what I'm saying? Let it, you know,
That's
let
red
it go.
flag number
you know?
one on
Yeah,
it.
red flag, you know, number one. But, you know what I'm saying? Also, you know, yeah, if she can't get along or he can't get along with, you know, the friends as well, you know, it's tough because, you know, you want to be able to bring that person around and have your other people that you love too.
Right.
So
Absolutely. Real quick, let me defer. We got time for one more. Can I squeeze one more in? Are we gonna squeeze one more in? I really wanted to make sure that we got this one in, just talking about our generation and the status of where we're at.
Let's do it.
Should our generation value being committed and married before committing to having kids first? This is one I wanted to make sure that we touched on.
Definitely.
Being a younger generation, what do y'all think? What are y'all thoughts?
All right. I'll go ahead and take that question. I think that definitely, I think that marriage is definitely a dying breed. I think that nowadays I'm seeing, you know, a lot more of our peers, you know, have children and take on that commitment. But I think that, you know, I don't know if it's because of social media and what they see, you know, as far as, you know, we don't really see marriage on, you know, Instagram or Twitter. And then, and if we do, we're seeing Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, you know what I'm saying, go through it, whatever. So it's like, dang. So we're seeing people that we may look up to, whatever, is somewhat that we thought may have a good marriage. See, you know, it all of a sudden, whatever, it's turmoil. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn. Well, we look at the marriage and we seeing, you know, straight, you know, just crazy stuff. You know what I mean? So, but I would say on that note, don't be discouraged though. You know, audience, like, don't be discouraged. You know, if you're single, whatever, and stuff like that, I would definitely encourage you, hey man, like, to keep fighting and be open to it, because I believe that, you know what I'm saying, someone's out there for you, you know, and that just be open. I would say that, bro.
Absolutely. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us. You know what I'm saying? It's always a good time to have y'all here for the dating edition. If y'all want to have us back,
let us
hit
know.
them comments. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
comment, share, subscribe
to the marriage hyphen.
Make sure you remember that hyphen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Hyphen up.
You
know.
All right, y'all.
On that note, we out.
Be blessed, family.
Woke up, still smiling, sun shining, feel fine, and yo, it's one person I got to thank. And no, it ain't your mama or your Uncle Hank, it's Jesus, the one that'll get you going, keep you flowing high. You already know, and he'll lift you up, pick you up, get you up. He'll set you up in a life with less strife. That's just right, with pure love and more light. As long as you live it, but he got you. And now that you free, what's the plan for you? You better get him, let him, live him, kiss him, miss him, bug him, hug him, love him. And please stop talking this, that, and third, and just focus on God in his word. Cause I'm lit, I'm free, the light I see. Switch it up, I'm lit, I see the light